What's going on, everybody? What is up? What is up? What is up? It's your boy Doc Holiday. We back with another HBCU tonight in conjunction with HBCU Overdrive. Make sure that you like the stream. Make sure that you comment, share. Most of all, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to get everything HBCU Overdrive. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! It is Thursday, December the 7th. In the year of our Lord 2023. In other words, it is, let's see, I'm in history, right? So it's the anniversary of attack on Pearl Harbor. So that was 82 years ago. What's going on? Yo, what's happening? But yeah, man, we in the building as always. Like I said, if you haven't done it by now, make sure that you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell to get everything that you see right here, HBC Overdrive. Also, make sure, again, like I said, become a subscriber. Hit the subscribe button on the channel. Hit the subscribe button on the channel. And also, you can catch me on Twitter. You can catch me on Instagram. You can also catch me on Facebook on Instagram and Twitter at HBCU_Overdrive and on Facebook under my real name, David E. Smith Douglas. That's where you can catch me at right there. Want to make sure everybody can hear me. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, say yeah. Want to become an exclusive member? All you have to do is just hit that join button on the outside of the chat. And if you haven't seen it, it is already in the chat right now that my moderator, Ms. Quay, has already put out there. So all you do just hit that link. It'll drop you to another page. And just choose between whatever you want to choose between two. But when you do choose, remember, this goes back towards the channel. It goes towards initiatives. It goes towards travel. It goes towards equipment. It doesn't go towards my pocket. But just let everybody know, man. We up in here. Ellen, how you doing, Miss Ellen? And last but not least, if you haven't done it by now, if you want to go ahead and send a donation for the show, you can go and hit the Cash App at HBCU Overdrive. You can also hit the PayPal at David Smith 1925, or you can hit the Zelle David E. Smith 30 at gmail.com. Like I said, everything that you do goes towards the channel, goes towards the platform. You know what I'm saying? It helps build the platform up, take us to different places where, we haven't even dreamed about going. Doesn't go into the pocket like that. But other than that, and if anybody got birthdays out there, man, you got a birthday that's out there, give me a shout out so I can give you a shout out for your birthday. Give you a shout out for your birthday. Give me a shout out for your birthday. So let me know. Oh, hold on now. Miss Joyce said it's her birthday today. Miss Joyce said it's her birthday today. Miss Joyce, happy birthday. Thank you for letting me know that. And thank you for being a great subscriber to the channel and being a good friend to everybody. So y'all make sure y'all give Miss Joyce a happy birthday, y'all, because she doing the damn thing. We got me at Mike up in the building. Y'all make sure y'all bless Miss Joyce. All right. But anyway, man, look, we got a lot of. I ain't got too much lot to cover on today. I'm trying to see if I can get my boy Kobe on here. See if he on here because my man been acting a plum food this evening. Um, yo, what's going on, Mr. Hardy? Um, I understand everybody's watching the other show about what's going on at Virginia Lynchburg, and we're gonna get into that because I want to get the whole full gist of it, and we're gonna have a show for that on tomorrow night when I get off work. Because I want to know what's going on, why, what is the deal? Because my whole thing is at the end of the day, these are our kids that we send to these universities and colleges. So we gonna talk about that tomorrow. All right, we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. But we got some things that as far as see, I just text Kobe to see what he gonna do. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. That's gonna be something that we gonna get into, and it's gonna be an open discussion. Like right now, it's gonna be an open discussion. Or do y'all want to talk about that tonight? Not gonna be long, but do y'all want to talk about that tonight? And or we want to talk about the coaches to the coaching updates tonight? It's whatever y'all want to do. But other than that, man, look, we gonna see if I can get some South Carolina State Bulldogs up here. Let's see if I can get some South Carolina State Bulldogs up here if they want to jump in. Because just want to let y'all know when I said my HBCU prayer, and I said that Black Thanos, aka Chinnisberry, do not need to come to Southern and disrupt our little harmonious pack in the sweat. My prayers was answered today. My prayers was answered today. Um, so earlier today, well, actually, if you watched the show, if you watched HBCU Nightly last night, you watched the interview with retired football coach Buddy Pugh. He dropped the nugget in there for everybody to listen to. he dropped the nugget in there. And the nugget that he dropped up in there was that he was the man that was in charge of hiring his successor, excuse me, his successor to run the football program. So get word today that South Carolina State is finalizing the deal to name Kenneth Berry, former head coach of Benedict College, as the next head coach of South Carolina State. Now, this with this hire, y'all, with this hire, it's kind of tipping a little bit of a balance in the MEAC. So your top two coaches, other than Coach Pugh at the time, is basically Trey Oliver at North Carolina Central, and you have Larry Scott over at Howard. Let's not forget, we can add. You got Damon Wilson, Morgan State. You got Dawson Odoms over at Norfolk State. Lee Holt at Delaware State, and that's it. Delaware, Dale State, Morgan, Howard, Central, South Carolina State. Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Norfolk State. Norfolk. Yeah. That's Norfolk. So tips somewhat a balance of power to the in the MEAC. And also within this hire, probably within a couple of hours after they made the announcement saying that they're going to hire Kenneth Berry as the head coach, they also named the permanent athletic director for the athletic department. And let me see. So they named like I said, they named they named the athletic director today and had the name. But other than that, man, like I said, they did name the athletic director. He is an alum of South Carolina State. He was a letterman on the football team. Here we go. So you got new athletic director, Dr. Nathan Cochran, class of 2000. And South Carolina State is in, to me, if they ain't hog heaven right now. They are in hog heaven. So My prayers was answered. My prayers was answered a couple of weeks ago. Like they, sweet baby Jesus answered my prayers. Now we still got openings. We still got openings. Grambling, Southern, Texas Southern. Now you have an opening at Allen. Still have an opening at Allen. Now you have an opening at Benedict. Who takes over the program at Benedict? We will find out. I think they'll probably make their decision sometime, either before this weekend is over with, or next week. Won't know until then, but I know as far from what I'm hearing, Benedict likes to keep stuff in house. So we just have to. It's kind of like a wait and see. Oh Lord Jesus. Can we all just I'm looking at my Twitter, y'all. I'm looking at it, I'm looking at my Twitter. Can we all just get along? My family folks and my Jack State folks, let's get along with each other, y'all. Let's get along with each other. But we don't know who's going to be the head coach for Grambling. Word on my street, more likely it might be Ed Reed. You never know. It might be Ed Reed. I don't know. It might be John Simon. Who knows? Who knows who will be the head coach over at Grambling? Southern is a whole different thing. Southern and Grambling need to get rid of their ADs. They need to fire both of their ADs ASAP because they are trash. They are trash. They are trash. But Texas Southern don't know yet, but we got some name. What you say? Israel Southern's on a slippery slope. What's up, Kelly Flicks? What's that? What's up? My boy from Inglewood up to no good. What's happening? Southern is on a slippery slope. They are. They are on a slippery slope, but they need to get somebody to come in ASAP. They got to figure out who they're gonna get as a head coach, like right now. They got to figure out who they're gonna get as a head coach. So yeah, man. Okay. Thank you, Uncle Sid. Thank you, Uncle Sid. And yeah. Hey, Kelly, the MEAC has got some quality coaches, man. I agree with you. Since when Chinsbury got the job at Benedict it's a program that kind of didn't have. They just brought football in not too long ago. When he first took over the job, his first year he was 5-6. But comes in. I mean, the next year in In 22, he goes 11. He goes 11-1. When I mean 11-1, it actually he went. Yeah, he goes 11-1. He wins the SIAC conference. He wins the championship game over. They won the championship game over Tuskegee. 50. Ooh, I can't remember the score, but all I know is they put up a 50 piece on Tuskegee. And they put up a 50 piece on Tuskegee, but getting into the playoffs in the Division II playoffs, they lost their first game to Wingate. But that did not, they didn't let them deter them. Comes in this season, 2023, and basically comes in with like team, felt like the team was stacked. You talking about a defensive line led by all conference D lineman, Lubert Danellis, got another guy, Jaden Broughton. That D line was monster. They replaced the quarterback. Eric Phoenix was the quarterback last season. They replaced him with Aeneas Dennis. What he does, he basically goes out, throw for almost 3,000 yards. Got him that offense like a well-oiled machine. Then turn around, win the conference again, won the SIC championship game against Albany State this season. Goes into the first round of the playoff. Get the first round bye. And they lose in the second round to Lenoir Ryan, 35-25, which the game could have went either way if you really think about it. The game was not, it was not out of their hands. It could have went either way. But it just the fact that it just saying like, hey, we have to put teams on our schedule where we are going to try to be, we're going to try to be physically dominant, mentally dominant up front. So I like the schedule that they did this year. They did had a very tough schedule this year. But at the end of the day, the man in the last 2 years, he has went 22-2. What up, Square? In the last 2 years, this man has coached a team that has gone 22 wins and only 2 losses. And the only 2 losses that he had was in the playoffs. Overall, his coaching record is 27-8. Takes over. He's going to take over the South Carolina State job that was held down by Buddy Pugh, even with all the shortcomings that they had in Orangeburg. This man kept the team together. He fielded a team really who was led by one of the best running backs in freshman running backs. Let me get that correct. Freshman running backs. Jawan Howe, who entered a transfer portal this last week. But you talking about a man that has won multiple conference championships. You talk about the man who single-handedly beat almost one of the 2021, 22 wasn't a real dominant team for Jackson State, but it was up there. Beat a loaded Jackson State team in the Celebration Bowl 31-10. Um, Now he's going to have a tough task. He's going to have a tough task ahead of him in Orangeburg because of the fact that he has to replace not only the his freshman running back, got to get a quarterback to come in. Um, so I'm thinking more likely he's going to do stuff different than what Buddy did, and when he was the head coach. Buddy really didn't use the transfer portal. He basically recruited kids out of high school, recruit some kids from JUCO ranks. But I think when it comes to Cheney's idea, I feel like he's still going to go ahead and keep that. He's going to go ahead and keep that the same train of thought as far as getting players from the high school ranks, develop them. But I feel like he's going to go ahead and hit the portal to get some players in to kind of bring in some sort of buzz to the football team. So it's one of them things where you have to see. It's one of those things. It's a wait and see. So it's one of those things where how is he going to get the team? How is he going to run the team? Is he going to go 30% high school, 30%, um, 20%, 25% JUCO, maybe 40% high school, 25% JUCO, and probably another 20% transfer portal. Um, that we want, as far as the philosophy of trying to get a team together. So what's going on? Hey, come on, Kobe. Come on, Kobe. Come on. I need your expertise because you've been talking your inch all day, bro, on Twitter, man. Come on up. I got the link in the chat. Tell me what you think, how you feel about this hire, how you feel about what's going to happen with South Carolina State going on into the future. Uh, what do you think is going to Coach Barry is going to provide the football program? Um, Come on up, man. You my bro. You little bro. Okay, so he just said he pulling the driveway. He pulling in the driveway. But ooh, Patriots lead the Steelers right now. What's going on, Chuck? Man, said he about to give us sign language sign language classes. But yeah, man, we got some other stuff. But then, like I said, they got they got a new athletic director too. Because remember, Buddy took over the athletic. He took over the AD position after Miss Keisha Campbell, who was the interim athletic director. She had stepped down earlier this last month. So they have the pieces in place of who they want as who they want as the AD. So with the AD, the school chose the AD. Buddy chose the head coach. But anyway, man, let's get into some. I know we got to talk about some portal news. First on the docket, man. Seven McGee from Jackson State. He did at the time last week. He did enter his name into the transfer portal. Earlier this week, and basically, gotta have some fillers out. But get on Twitter. He comes on, get on Twitter. He puts in there. He talked to Coach TC. I guess he talked to his folks about his decision, and he decided to pull his name out of the portal and to come back to Jackson State, which I feel like is that was the best decision that you can make. Not just saying for our school, but for him, because of the simple fact that it wasn't a season that you wanted to have, because you started off the season on the injured list. We tried, you ease your way into the starting lineup, and you ease your way into the starting lineup, and then you got some stats, but other than with the fumbles, that was the only issue that you had. You didn't get yourself fully acclimated in this offensive system. So when it comes down to it, y'all, I just felt like in a sense, in my humble opinion, appreciate that, Square. Appreciate that, Square. All right, man. But my humble opinion, he basically, I think he wants to right his wrongs. And not saying that he did anything wrong. It's just saying that he wants to finish out on a positive note. Because this season kind of left. I feel like this season to him kind of left a bad taste in his mouth. So it's good that you get that talk from the head coach. You get to talk from your parents. You kind of see both sides. And also, this was your, when you transfer in from Oregon, that was your freebie. That was your free transfer that you had. Because if you had transfer again, you would have to sit out unless you had fill out a waiver. And right now, I don't feel like you had a waiver, have anything serious to fill out other than medical. But it's good to have him back into the fold. Now he can really get acclimated with QBs. Of course, with Jacobian, being to me, I feel like being slated as the starter for next season. What's happening? What's good, Ashton? What's going on, man? But but as far as what I see, with seven, is the like I said, it's the best decision that he can make. Um, I wouldn't see myself. I wouldn't see myself getting into the portal. And plus, too, you never know who's going to get. If somebody's going to get you out, or even if you're going to get out of the portal. So, and I know some of the team, some of the players from the team kind of talked to him, but at the end of the day, it was still his decision to make. But you know, when you get good people on your side, somebody like Coach Taylor on your side, and tell you the real from the fake, um, it's good to have, it's good to have that right there. But what's good, man? That man got that fireplace up in that joint.
What's up? What's up?
That man got the fireplace popping up in that thing, man. What's good, bro?
What's good, bro?
Man. I just finna talk about Seven McGee making the decision to come back to Jackson State, which I think I said is a good idea because I feel like he had a bad taste. This season left a bad taste in the mouth with him being injured and, try to right his wrongs as far as on the field goes. And then too, with him, if he would have transferred again, he would have had to sit out a year.
I feel like that's what it was too, man. I mean, he was biggest, if not the biggest transfer in the class. So a lot was expected of him. A lot was expected of him when he came out of high school from Oregon. So like that's 2 times now. He's probably in his head about not living up to the expectations, and like I don't know him personally, I haven't talked to him, so I'm not saying this is the reason. But when that happens twice, man, you start to get in your head a little bit, and you make a decision based off of emotion. He just needed a little time to think about it, I think, and he definitely made the right decision for him because I think he can thrive at Jackson. Just got to stay healthy, and got to get consistent on the field.
Yeah. So my man, hey man, you been clowning all day today.
Y'all knew this is gonna happen though. Like y'all, like
I told people. I said my HBCU prayer. I said Black Thanos need to stay in South Carolina. He don't need to go to Southern. He don't need to go to the SWAC West. He just needs to stay on the East Coast. I figured he was gonna get the job at South Carolina State. I mean, it was gonna be either 2 jobs. It was gonna be Southern. It was gonna be over in Orangeburg.
I was legitimately nervous that Southern was gonna get him. I ain't gonna lie to you, because it was like a period of time where Coach Berry was just like he was just coasting. He wasn't trying to commit to nothing. I was like, Southern must be throwing him a bag, But like, nah, I'm glad we got him.
So, what do you think about how you feel about what Coach Berry can bring to the program, man?
From what I've seen, because I mean he wasn't nothing but 45 minutes up the road. He can turn a program around instantly. That's what he can do. He's a great players coach. He can recruit his ass off. Like he there's a lot of positives that come with him. But with anything, there's concern, right? Obviously people are gonna bring up the playoffs, and I understand that because I was at their playoff game, their second round playoff game this year versus Lenore Ryan. When I tell you because I recorded the highlights, my own highlights, right? I uploaded it, right? When I say they should have won that game, like when I tell you from the start, they were going back and forth with Lenore Ryan, right? And then after the second half, his offense just couldn't get going, and Lenore Ryan just couldn't stop. You
Yeah,
feel
it
me?
was.
And
Yeah, dude. Buddy had what over 200 yards rushing in that game, right?
Right. And by the time they were able to score again, it's too late. Like it's like 3 minutes left in the game, and you down by 10. You feel me? So I like. First of all, their offensive coordinator is already way better, 1,000 times better than the one we had this previous season. So he got to bring old boy with him.
Right.
But I just didn't like the way he called the second half. I don't know who you put that on more because the quarterback didn't necessarily have such a good game either. All right, but at the same time, the play calling is literally working the first half. You killing a secondary when you launching the ball down deep. You got weapons.
Right.
And now the second half comes in. That defense is now dialed up a new way to get to the quarterback. Like that rush is getting there. And now that boy don't know what to do. He hearing footsteps. And like I'm watching this in person. So like they don't dial anything up. They don't kind of change up the protection a little bit. The quarterback is just he hearing footsteps, and it was just over from there. So they should have won that game. And I don't like the way it was dealt with in the second half. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think he's gonna turn it around quickly, especially because I heard that it's a few guys from Benedict that's already hopping in that portal trying to come across the road.
I figured that. I figured that. I figured that when he leaves out, whoever transferred yet, still has some eligibility, is going to go up the road with him. But it's not to me. I feel like it's not going to be. He going to make them earn their spot. You know what I'm saying? As far as their starting spot. So I know in a sense, I feel like he's going to make sure that like you got to earn it. Just because you coming up the road with me, you still got to earn your. You still got to earn your spot.
And that's going to be the challenge. That's going to be the challenge because the another negative, right, is like when a new coach comes, everybody on that team, you can't help it but in the back of your head think, am I gonna get a fair shot?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is this man going like I can't say who, but like I've been sent some messages like there are guys who I know for a fact don't even have to worry about this, but it's a thought in the back of his head right now. He's saying like he ain't in on the portal or nothing, but it's a thought in the back of his head right now. And like so that's kind of a mindset that some of these players have, and he's gonna have to come in and reassure them I'm gonna play the best man. I don't care about that favoritism stuff. I don't care if these boys follow me over here. If he ain't better than you, he ain't seeing the field over you.
Right.
So that's something that he gonna have to prioritize when he gets there, and I'm sure he will. Because you don't strike me as a guy like you don't hear that favoritism stuff about him over at Benedict. You know what I'm saying? Coach Barry is a fair, honest coach who's very loved. So like, I think he'll do that. But right now, of course, I know that's on the mind of a few players. He don't have to bring over no running backs because I feel like that room is fine. It's just everywhere else, and honestly, everywhere I kind of like this. I don't want you being comfortable, because that's what happened the past 2 years. And you know what? If you go back to Shaq Davis's last year, before the season started, and I had an interview with him and Jablonski Green, I said, what are some of the problems that you see with this team? He said, him and Jablonski said, because after we won that Celebration Bowl, now that we lost all those veterans, because we so young, we got young dudes on the team trying to do their own thing. For a player to even say that, like we got young guys not listening to the older guys trying to do their own thing, and that's what happened for the past 2 years. I don't want that no more. I don't want that mindset. I don't want you to be comfortable. Yes, them boys from Benedict are coming over. So either you're gonna buy in, or you're gonna step up your game, or you on the bench.
Right. I mean, it is what it is. So me, so he comes in, he's gonna have to replace All-American in Jablonski Green. Gonna have to replace Patrick Godbolt.
Right.
We got on the offensive side of the ball, got to bring in a new quarterback. Corey Fields is gone. Your freshman, your All-American freshman running back, Juwan Howe, hit the transfer portal. Just seeing that he got a he got an offer from
Oregon State.
Oregon State. Oh, he got one from South Carolina too.
Oregon State, South Carolina, Charlotte, another FBS school, I think in Texas somewhere. It's Akron. You know, like he got a lot, man.
So he got some pieces to fill in. And I know he's gonna do it. But the question is, how is he gonna do it? Is he gonna stick with the old Buddy Pugh way, with bringing in players from the high school ranks and developing them and making sure they see the field, or is he gonna have a mix in with transfers, high school, JUCO? Because you had two mediocre seasons because the first year after the Celebration Bowl, I feel like a lot of dudes did kind of got big head. They got the big head and they got complacent.
Right.
And you saw it on the field. And I think this season, Buddy kind of was like, in the sense, to me, I just feel like I don't know if the game has gotten past him because of the fact that he's been there for 20 years. But do you think he feel like he could coach these kids, today's kids now?
I feel like he could if he still wanted to, but looking at him on the sideline this past season, man, he just looked tired. Not saying he will, but he just looked tired. Like this is it. You feel me? And I was at every game, almost every game this year. I don't doubt, because I've seen Buddy step in situations where he had to lay down the law with these kids, and they listen just like that. Ain't no back talk, ain't none of that. So he could still coach. He can still coach these kids this in this day and age. But man, he's just tired, bro. And honestly, with the coordinators he brought in, so much stuff I wish I could say about those coordinators he brought in, but I can't really let that on air. But with those coordinators he brought in, man, they weren't really doing him a favor anyway. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. It was so last minute with that offensive coordinator. It was kind of a situation of you get what you paid for. Still dealing with that issue of some dudes having a big head. And what's crazy is that people who didn't watch South Carolina State, they look at the record and they're like, yeah, man, this season was trash. And I agree with you, right? Because Corey Fields just had a horrible year. And I wish him nothing but the best, man. It was definitely time for him to get up out. And I look at some of these games and I'm like, we really should have been above 500. I'm not saying we should have only had a three-game loss this season, but we should have been over 500. Morgan State got a miracle to get out of Orangeburg. People don't talk about that. They act like we just got bust, right? Morgan State, it took a miracle. After we get blown out by Jackson State, we go to an FBS school in Charlotte and almost upset them. You see what I'm saying? Tennessee Tech came in. We don't even that was without a doubt the most horrible game I've ever seen us play. Offensively, defensively, we're doing great. These close games that's decided because either Corey Fields is playing bad or the offensive coordinator is calling screen, run Jawan up the middle, screen, the most predictable stuff. And I say to myself, man, this season could have been a lot different. So, yeah, man, it's unfortunate how last year turned out, but Overall, bro, I seen it with Pugh, man. He was just tired. He
Yeah,
was tired.
yeah. I mean, and like I said, I think it was time. In a sense, it was time for him to hang it up because of the fact that to me, I just felt like the game is getting past. You know, getting past. Like,
Oh, in a lot of ways, I'm not gonna. I got so much respect for Coach Pugh, so I'm not gonna like go into it. But yeah, the game passed him. The game did pass him up in a lot of ways. Now, I do think Coach Barry should hold on to some of the stuff that Coach Pugh implemented at South Carolina State. Right? What makes us special? What makes the program special? The reason why we lead all HBCUs and active NFL players is because we find that homegrown talent. Like we had to go find the Kobe Durant. We had to go find Shaq. We had to go find Jablonski. We had to go find these dudes and develop them out of high school.
mm-hmm.
So I want Coach Barry to please don't go completely away from that because that's what's been working for us. But one thing that kind of frustrated me was that Coach Pugh would not go into the portal enough.
Right.
It's about balance. He would not go into the portal enough. We went in. We got Kadarius Toney. Thank God he's coming back from for another year. Our tight end. He wasn't used properly last year, but he's a star.
Mm-hmm.
We had we done a lot more of that, we probably would have been in a better position. Seeing what Barry did at Benedict, he utilized that transfer portal. He went
Right.
out and he got kids from high school who actually contributed this year. I saw a freshman caught an amazing touchdown catch versus Lenore Ryan in that second round matchup. So I think he's going to bring balance. Like that's what I want from him. So you don't completely shy away from going to the high school ranks, but you bring in what we need right now, what can help us right now in the portal. You hit that heavy and you build this program up, so we don't have to wait to develop these kids 2 to 3 years from now. We can really get going.
Right. And that's my whole thing. When I looked at it, like because, like you said, he does not hit the portal a lot. And it seemed like it's not saying even a lot. It looked like he didn't hit it at all because
Right.
he wanted to make sure he kind of wanted to keep it, in a sense, kind of keep it pure. If you want, what I'm talking about, like basically have the kids come in and like you said, work them up, break them down a little bit, and then build them back up and build them up to the players that he want to see, play out on the field.
Mm-hmm.
So now, also in this whole thing, a couple of hours later on, you got a new athletic director, Dr. Cochran.
Right.
So he comes in. I don't know what his experience is as far as with being a director of athletics, but now you have the stability at South Carolina State because remember, Amy Campbell was just an interim. She was an interim athletic director.
Mm-hmm.
And
she was doing phenomenal. Like I would have been fine with her.
Right.
I wish we would have hired. I'm happy for Mr. Cochran, but I wish we would have hired A.D. Campbell too. I loved her.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to Cochran, I mean, he's a bulldog. He's a bulldog. Right. He's a guy who played for Coach Jeffries in school. So like I'm completely fine with that. I know he's gonna have the school's best interest because he is a bulldog himself. So I have no problem with it.
Okay. So with Juwan Howe, man. Oh, that's a dog right there.
A bit, yeah, he is. You know what's crazy, bro?
What's it?
And you might not believe me now, but I'm telling you, it was all season. Me and Tuck, you know my guy Tuck.
Yeah.
Me and Tuck was literally joking in the end zone every time he made a big play. That boy ain't gonna be here next year. Do you know how many times we said that joke? Them schools is probably on his phone right now. That boy is not gonna be here next year. We was mentally preparing, especially the Howard game when he ran for like 300 yards. We knew then. That boy not gonna be here next year. Somebody hitting his phone, and I'll be if that boy ain't got 4 FBS offers less than an hour of being in the portal. We knew that was coming. We knew it was coming.
Yeah, man. When you look at it though, when you look at it, it's like, damn, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. We don't know how to get this, what I'm saying, keep this thing going. But I know you got, Tyler Smith. I know you got him coming back. Hopefully you got him coming back. That's
I already. Yeah, you ain't gotta worry about that. I talked to his parents. Now we got four back. And see, that's another thing, right? Like that's why I've been trying to specify the room the whole season. Jawan Howell led that room, but it is a room. Like he wasn't the only one who had highlights and shit. He ain't the only one who had stats. He was just the top guy. People forget, and this came from Coach Pugh's mouth. Jawan Howell was not slated to be the starter in camp. True freshman Tyler Smith, not the shorter redshirt freshman. True freshman Tyler Smith was supposed to be over him, about 6'1", 215, top 10 in the nation in touchdowns and rushing yards. In the nation. How that boy ain't go FBS like Jawan Howell, I don't know. You feel me? So we had two of them. It was him, then it was Howell, then it was the rest of them. He gets hurt. Tyler Smith gets hurt. Jawan Howell keeps balling out. He the one who ends up leading us into the season. Because that injury for Tyler Smith was pretty big. We ain't saw him till North Carolina Central and Norfolk. So he got a redshirt year. So people forget that. We have 4 other backs besides Howell. And also, when the season started, Howell was splitting carries. Half his carries with Casey Fields. For being like, so how people talk about Jawan early on in the season. Nobody talked about number 20, Casey Fields. He got in trouble. It's in the newspaper, so I ain't really recording that. But he got caught with a gun on campus. He'll be back next year. So he got sent home. But he was splitting carries with Casey Fields. So now you bring back Casey, who he was splitting carries with. You got both Tyler Smiths. Okay, you got Josh Shaw. We're good.
Y'all got a loaded backfield. That is a loaded backfield right there.
Right. Now don't get me wrong. That don't mean that I don't want Tyler just because we all right. I mean, that don't mean that I don't want Jawan back because we all right. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a dog. Yeah. But we are okay. That's why we're not panicking about the running back room because we knew we were gonna lose him. We got so much running backs that a few of them got moved to receiver. We're fine at that position.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So now we still got some other head coaching jobs, head coaching openings still in the sweat. Now you got an opening at Benedict. You still got an opening at Allen. I think the Morehouse job is still open. So you got Texas Southern University, Grambling, that are still looking for head coaches. Hopefully, one of these schools is going to have their head coach by the end of this week. And if not by the end of this week, I'm looking hopefully by beginning of next week. With Grambling's issue, I just feel like they should have never let Travion Scott should have never fired Hugh Jackson in the first place.
Right.
Should have never done it. And now I feel like it's going to bite him in the butt if he doesn't get this hire. You know what I'm saying? This hire right. Because I feel like he got it right, but I didn't even feel like he got it right because I feel like he didn't even he didn't hire him. I think the president hired Hugh Jackson. And I understand they were trying to go with still trying to ride the wave of Deion Sanders, but we said this plenty of times. Deion is an enigma.
Literally an anomaly, bro. You can't duplicate that. You know? So it is gonna be on him. It is gonna be on him. Like the pressure that's on an NFL GM to pick the right one at the number 1 and number 2 spot in the draft. because you don't want to be the one that missed out on a Patrick Mahomes or a Mitchell Trubisky.
Mm-hmm.
Same pressure on him right now. You better coach your next coaching hire works. You better, or you gotta go. Because I swear they didn't have to fire you. That man deserve. If he would have waited one more year and fired you, for not getting it done, nobody would have had no problems with it. But you fire him after 2 years, you better get this right.
You gotta get it right. You gotta get it right. And I feel like he did it. He did it because President Gallo is get ready to go. He's ready to leave out in January. So so really it's like, are you making progress with the program? In a sense, I think he did make progress with the program. Because last season he went 3-8. He had so much dysfunction on that team last season. It was to the fact that he took the G off the helmets.
Right. Which, you know what? I unpopular opinion, I'm not really mad at it. I wasn't really mad at it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, a lot of alumni was upset why you take the G. Like, to me, and I understand where he was coming from. He told his team, like, in order for you to be a G-man, you have to earn it. You have to act like you're a G-man. It's just not it's just not given to you. It's just like when, okay, so for example, I'm a Cowboys fan. And before you even get the star on your helmet, you got to earn the star. Like, in a sense, that's like Jerry's mantra. Like, you can sign your name on the dotted line on the contract to be a Cowboy, but when you're truly not a Cowboy until you go out there at practice. Oh, snap. Oh, man, you got that spectrum.
Well, oh, no. I don't know what's happening, bro. I thought that was you.
I'm hands free on this thing.
Hold on, let me see. All right, no, we good. We good.
All right. Now, but when it comes down to it, like, it doesn't matter if you sign your name on a contract. Like, when you go to training camp and stuff like that, you got to earn a star on your helmet at training camp. And I understand where he was coming from, because even in high school, like, most significant or even powerhouses, like, before you put that logo on the helmet, like, you got to earn it. So I just felt like you had to earn it. Like, stop with the to me, I'm scuba label. Stop with the silly shit, because I think that Hugh did take a look at what the late Eddie Robinson, did when he was at Grambling, and it, he kind of took some of that stuff and morphed it to his own. But it was just last season was just so much dysfunction.
Right.
And then this season, he kind of got it to where he was getting the program on the right track, minus that the defense was still garbage as hell. And that's not Hugh Jackson's fault. That's a defensive coordinator fault. But even though that, it falls back on Hugh. But for you to, as the AD, you to get rid of him and get rid of the whole defensive staff and the special teams staff, it says a lot about you in your leadership. So, but like I said, if he don't get this hire right, or if he get this hire, and like you said, it don't pan out within two years, he out the door. And I'm gonna say the same thing about. I'm gonna say the same thing at Southern. I'm gonna say the same thing about Southern. Southern is in the same situation because the AD, making his, I don't know what he did, like bringing Dooley in cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. But bringing Dooley in that he regrets this season and Dooley wasn't listening to what everybody else wanted and he was doing things, his way. Because first and foremost, he's the head coach.
Right.
My,
Good?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Oh no, I thought you had froze up. That's why I was like, oh no.
Oh no, I ain't freeze up. Snap. Snap.
That's Blue in the cup. Hey, Blue.
Yeah, Blue, come on up, man. You talk about, hey, he about to get us sign language lessons, bro.
Got another one coming soon.
Yeah, Blue, come on up, man. Turn your sound down, Coach. Coach Green.
What's up, man?
Turn your sound down, man.
I just did.
All right. What's going on? You got your basketball. Everything good over there, Russ?
Yeah, well, we lost today though, man. Lost a close one today, but we 8-2.
Okay.
Yeah. Y'all boys, hey, so tell me how you feel about Chandler Berry being South Carolina coach, man.
Come on, man. You ain't seen my Twitter feed today.
Nah, I ain't see it. We had a game today, man. I ain't get a chance to see it.
Man, listen. I'm ecstatic right now. You hear me? I was having a typical bad day at work until I saw that news. Bob was smiling the rest of the day. You couldn't tell me nothing. I don't care. The world could have gone to hell. I was smiling. You hear me? That's how happy I was.
Dog, when they showed that picture of Buddy Pugh and Chandler Berry standing together at a football game or something, I said he's going to South Carolina State.
Yeah, and you know what? I was at the state championship for the 5A, and I saw Coach Berry and his whole staff out there, and that's when I kind of knew like we not letting this man go. Like like he stopped by. He was like, "Hey man, I see you working out here." I was like, "Yeah man, nice to meet you, Coach Berry and all that." But like I knew, bro, like they weren't getting out of South Carolina after I seen them together. I'm like, nah, we got them. So like I kind of knew then. I was just waiting on the news.
So who is anybody you think he gonna keep anybody from last year's staff?
I hope he keeps our offensive line coach, right?
That's who I was thinking of anyway.
Coach Goddard. Yeah, he has to keep Coach Goddard, man. Love him. He's one of the best. He actually would fit Barry's staff very well because he's one of those coaches who is a player's coach. Like players love him. He's relatable, and he also really does know how to coach. You feel me? So and you look at his track record with offensive linemen. They really ain't been that bad. I'm gonna be honest with you. Somebody had to block for Juwan Howell. Somebody had to block for him. That man was behind that. I'm just saying. I think we keep him. Let go of our offensive coordinator. Let go of our defensive coordinator if you want to.
Go about D-line coach.
Huh?
Go about the D-line coach.
I like the D-line coach. So I don't know what he gonna do about that. If he wants to. All right, I guess, because his defensive line coach is cool as well, from what I've seen during that Lenore Ryan game. But I like our defensive line coach and I like our offensive line coach. So if it was up to me, I would keep them. I would find a way to keep those two. Everybody else, if you want to let go, let go.
They said we need to bring Dooley. Talking about bringing Dooley back to Southern. Nah. He kind of messed that up right there.
Yeah.
He
messed it up. He messed it up.
He didn't
say what Banks wanted him to say in the meeting. So
But I
So,
think, man, but from what I'm hearing though, that part of it was with Dooley getting fired. He didn't switch out his QBs. Uh, it really first and foremost, he didn't go with Noah Bowden, who transferred in from Grambling. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not taking anything away from Harold Blood, but I saw how Noah was spinning the ball at the Bayou Classic. He was spinning it. You know what I'm saying?
I'll put it like this. Think of if you want to go back to last year.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how bad McKay played, what Dooley did, he stuck with him, didn't he?
Yeah, he stuck with him, and guess
So
what?
I'm
He
not
was on
surprised that he did
but
it
he
with
was on
Blood.
the, but he was on a short leash after that. You got to
I
realize.
know, but if you think about it, the way he stuck with McKay, and McKay wasn't even the right fit. Your boy, but what you call him was actually the better quarterback, but he went with McKay, and he stuck with him.
Yeah, you talk about Bubba.
Bubba, yeah. And Bubba, and everybody know Bubba was the better quarterback. So
Yeah,
that's why I'm not surprised that he wanted to ride out with Blood, because he did it with McKay. So I'm not surprised he did it with Blood. Sometimes you got to just make that switch, man. Now,
yeah. And I like, in a sense, it was. I knew in a sense, like I'm gonna say it with us, with Jackson State. Of course, we know Jason Brown was, he was penciled in the starter. Really, it was really supposed to be Jacoby Morgan because before he got hurt in fall camp. But you have to go with the person that's going to at least get you something. And Jason Brown got you something. Now, I would say this: he didn't get sacked a lot this season.
no.
Like Jason Brown only got sacked like 8 times this season.
And he missed a lot. He missed out on a lot of throws.
He missed out on a lot of throws. I don't like the fact that I didn't like the fact that you're throwing out routes to the far hash mark. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? First of all, I understand you got the arm strength, but that's the recipe of somebody of the cornerback sitting under the route and taking it to the house. Because who gonna catch him? Nobody. Who gonna catch him?
Yeah.
So I look at it to where when TC made the change to Jacobian, and you see how the offense kind of flowed a little bit more, and a lot of us had so much thought like, look, he needs to get off the field. This man ain't doing it for us. And he got the start, and he kept the job, and basically he did good to be playing only what 4 games this season. So it's better to see where your offense is getting stagnant because the QB can't get, not saying he can't get the job done. It's certain things in the offense that he can't do. You know what I'm saying? We know he can't run because he runs slower than molasses. So he runs slower than molasses. But he's a heady quarterback. He is a smart quarterback. But you gotta kind of fix the offense. But when you make the switch, we make the switch to Jacobian. And even with Zion Donald coming in, it kind of brought in a better flow to the offense.
So you telling me that you was actually wrong about Jason Brown, like I was wrong about Blood?
I eat crow. Hey, Coach Green, you know me. You've been knowing me for 2 years. I look. I ain't never wrong half the time, but when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So I was wrong. But I'm not saying that he wasn't a bad quarterback. It's just that it didn't his style of play did not fit our offense. Like if he was in the offense last season with Barcelona running the offense and everything, he probably had
Maybe.
about 3,000-4,000 yards. No, but I'm just saying, but like with him running the offense, like the air raid offense,
Yeah.
like he probably had 3,000 yards passing, easy. He's a passer, but when you running the
All right.
RPO, you you got to take
Hey,
what you get.
I got a question for both of y'all.
Yeah.
Mhm.
With Ed Reed name popping up, what do y'all think?
Go cover.
Oh,
Hold up, before y'all say anything, I want y'all to think about it. He may be bringing resources with him because he was bringing resources with him at the last stop, and he just
opened his
did
mouth.
an interview. He just did an interview to make it, to start buttering it up because it might happen from what I'm hearing.
listen, I knew somebody else was gonna take the cake, right? They was gonna offer him. And even I was like starting to get to the point where I was like, maybe let's see what this man can do, at least. And then he went on another interview and reiterated that same BS. Like it's like he don't really like to take accountability. It's always,
But he
HBCUs
did.
have
He did on a pivot. He took accountability.
but then you turn around and say HBCUs have a broken mindset. I'm not trying to hear that. Because
I can't hear it.
like you just not understanding of what those people were saying, man. So it's like, which one is it? Were you out
I
of
listened to
bounds?
that pivot. I listened to the pivot interview. Now he said some people in administration. He didn't say the HBCU as a whole. He said some people in administration.
If he said something, because I saw a quote, I didn't see the thing. If he said some people in the administration, cool, but don't say
don't include everybody. Don't include the whole diaspora.
You see what I'm saying? That's when I'm like, all right, you don't need to be here. Nah, man. I low key want to see what he can do. I'm just worried because I don't doubt his ability as a coach. I just his ability to control that mouth and to control his emotions is what keeps me on the fence with him. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be having these kind of worries with a man his age. Number one, because like we're choosing you to be a leader of young men, and we know attitude reflects leadership. So if this is how you act, what kind of team are you going to bring in? From a skill standpoint, I think he'll be great. I really do, especially on defensively. But the fact that you can't keep controlling those emotions, man, it worries me. But I'm not surprised somebody's probably going to offer him.
Well, he did admit that he went about it the wrong way. He did say that on the pivot. He went about it the wrong way.
Yeah, somebody had to let him know that you went about it the wrong way. And then too, probably when he did that Instagram Instagram live that he did, he probably had to think back like, bro, maybe it might have to be said, but maybe it should not be said here. You get what I'm saying? Maybe it should not be said. But I just think, man, when it comes down to it, to me, I said this. Shout out to Mr. Kitchens. I said this. If you want to get up to this this moment, do it to me, do it the right way. Become either an analyst or a coordinator or a position coach or something like that. Work your way up. Like, and I gave for example. Dominic not Dominic, but Antonio Cromartie. He's over at St. Augustine. He's a defensive analyst. Like, work your way through there and learn how to actually be a coach, because you still got to understand you're still dealing with kids. Even though you can say they grown, they grown and everything, you still dealing with kids. These kid young men who have their minds have not been developed all the way yet. You're still dealing with that. So sometimes you in the heat of the moment, you kind of do have to take heed of your words and be like, okay, maybe I should not have said this.
Right.
But I could have said it, but maybe I should not have said it this way. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could have put it in this in the pretext like right here, and then everybody will understand what I'm talking about.
Now, y'all, that's funny hearing from you. Now, y'all did have a coach that went straight to head coaching now.
Yeah, and
he was successful.
But I don't doubt that he can be successful. It's just his emotions.
Right.
Like we ain't had that. Like, I don't think nobody had those worries about Prime. With Prime, like it was completely different. The worries were completely different. But he showed that, like, man, if you can't control your own emotions, like how are we gonna trust you to be in charge of kids, bro?
Yeah,
but we all know there's a lot of coaches out here. They just never been on camera showing their emotion, but have said a whole lot worse, i.e. Urban Myers.
Oh, he was.
I'm just saying. Hey, nobody knew he was saying stuff like that, though. Nobody knew he was saying stuff like that until he went to Jacksonville. So,
yeah, I mean,
I'm just saying
about that if we ain't hear it. But I mean,
it came out.
You willingly put yourself on camera, what you think was gonna happen? And that slide. At least by the time we found out about Urban, like he had the championships, he had the wins. You know what I'm saying? Not that doesn't excuse it, but I mean he had something behind his belt, to give him.
Saying.
And they ain't got that.
And look, and remember, we could go farther back. Bobby Knight. Hey, he showed it on television. Bobby Knight. He was much worse. He showed it. He throwing chairs across the floor.
I said that to Mr. Ford. He was like, man, he was a great coach, but a terrible person. Hey man.
So,
but you gotta realize it was still two sides of Bobby Knight. Because with Indiana Bobby Knight, that man was hostile. Texas Tech Bobby Knight, you seen a little bit of the hostility, but he had kind of calmed down. You know what I'm saying? That it was two sides. It was two sides of him.
And I know coaches that's hostile. I just ain't gonna put them out there, but I know some coaches that hostile and working college jobs.
Sure, I know. I think I was at the game on Saturday in Tallahassee, man. I'm on the end zone in front of the field house. And I seen from my camera, I seen Willie get on somebody so bad. I was like, "Ooh!" Willie is like the most cool. He like one of the cool coaches. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, you know what I'm saying? Shotgun. Who had a shirt with the school logo that says shotgun on it right up under it, man. But I'm just saying, like, he's just one of them coaches, like, man, he had got on somebody. It was just like, yeah, like, he cool and everything, but don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, go out there and do your job. But most coaches are like, some coaches are like that.
Right. But even then, like, that's players. I mean, that's coaches getting mad at players for maybe making a mistake during a game and not doing something during practice, versus Ed, who ain't had one practice, getting on live and going in on an angry rant.
Not just one, not even having not one practice. The man ain't even signed his name on the dotted line.
My goodness. I mean, you riding through Florida. Why does high school look better than Bethune? Why they got better? Like, bro, chill out.
Mm-hmm. All right, got another one for y'all.
What's up, Bakari?
I got another question for y'all. What y'all think? Do y'all think Alcorn is dropping the bag? Is dropping the ball with not paying McNair?
I do.
Yeah,
I definitely do. Because who else are you going to get to come to Alcorn? Not the trash them, but I heard it's pretty rural out there, and that's putting it lightly. Who else you gonna get to come to Alcorn and have that success that man has had with that program? I don't know what this tug of war is between him and the higher ups at Alcorn, but I feel like people letting pride get in the way, and I hope you got something better. I really do.
Because that man was in Houston. He was in Houston last week.
Because if he get to Texas Southern and turn that around, people need to get fired.
Hey, I'll put it like this. If McNair goes somewhere else and Alcorn don't win next year, somebody here got to roll.
AD. The AD. That's it. It's the AD. And I don't even know if they have a permanent AD at Alcorn. What you got for me, Bakari? Hold on, Coach. What you got for me, Bakari?
What's going on? No, please, what's going on, everybody? Look, I was just listening. I came in late, and I sound like I heard somebody. I sound like I hear people caping for Ed Reed, and I just wanted to ask a couple questions. Whoever saying Ed Reed should get a job somewhere, I want somebody to tell me where he ever coached at, and please don't say Miami because I looked up his role.
He was an analyst at Miami. I'll tell you that.
He was not
at a lot.
He was not allowed to recruit. He was not even allowed to coach at practice. If you don't believe me,
he was an analyst. He was an analyst.
So why should he jump to be a head coach somewhere? I don't even agree with Jackson State doing that. Then gave a celebrity all that power. And then
wait. You can't sit there. Hold up. I'm gonna ask you this question first before I even go through what I'm about to say. Are you affiliated? Are you a Jackson State fan?
Yep.
All day, every day.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Now I'm gonna ask you this.
Hold on, Coach Green. This man family is synonymous with Jackson State.
I'm not saying his family not. I get it, but I want to ask this question. I got to ask this question. I just wanted to make sure he's a Jackson State fan before I ask it. All right. So when Prime was at Jackson State and y'all was doing all that winning and everything was on the up and up, did you feel the exact same way?
Yep. But once he was head coach, I don't know. I didn't make the decision. But yep, he had never coached nowhere, and you see, he couldn't really. But we talking about Ed Reed now.
No. I'm asking you this question though.
I just answered your question.
I'm saying, was you?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did feel that way. I was like, I don't know. He ain't ever coached. We got Dion, but he ain't never been a head coach nowhere.
No, you didn't get what I'm asking. I'm saying when y'all was doing all that winning, was everything good then? Was you okay with him once he started winning?
Well, when he was the coach, I would have been okay if they would have had a bad season because they already made the decision. I'm just being honest with you. If they hadn't, because they never won the Celebration Bowl, I was cool with it when they won. Yeah. To answer your question, yeah, I was cool when they won. Now what? So now you answer my question. What has Mr. Disrespectful? I don't know why black people think it's okay to constantly get disrespected. But anyway, what has he done other than disrespect somebody when he didn't even have a job yet, ain't even signed a contract? What has he done to be the head coach of an HBCU?
He done the same thing Dion did.
No, he didn't.
Nah, you
So
can't
now,
say he's done the same. Can't say he's done the same thing
so let
Dion
me
did
explain.
No. This is what I'm saying. I said before.
Wait,
Before.
wait,
no,
no, wait a minute, coach, because you took me down that long road trying to see how I feel. So I'm gonna take you down a long road. He didn't do the same thing. Dion gave a beautiful speech. Ed Reed cussed everybody out. Hadn't even signed the contract. Wouldn't even hire yet.
No.
No,
I
no,
get
no,
that
no,
part. No. I get that
I
part.
can't let you do
Nah.
that. No, I can't let you do it.
No, I get that part.
No, but you got to let me finish because you just took me down a long road. You got to travel with me now.
I actually didn't take you down a long road.
You asked me the same question about 4 times till you got the answer that you wanted.
No,
But,
you misconstrued what I was asking at the time, so I had to clarify it. But
okay,
go ahead.
Go ahead. What you about to say? Now go ahead. What you about to say? Because I ain't gonna do you like that. Go ahead. What you about to say?
Nah, all I was saying was, look, I get that part with what he did, what he said about BCU and all that. I get that 100%.
He said
Understand that.
said,
but all I was saying was, at this same point, as he was to get hired, at the same point Dion got hired, they both in the same boat when it comes to that part. That's all I was talking about.
Okay.
They both never coached college basketball. I mean, college football.
And I will agree that they would be somewhat in the same boat. Dion had coached his kids in
high
school or something. But my point is, for someone to give Ed Reed a shot right now, like, how much disrespect is it that black people just take from anybody? He don't even have to redeem himself.
Whoa.
Wait a minute, Mr. Green, whatever. Because I thought I heard him say Coach Green. Wait a minute. How much disrespect does black people have to take? So I don't want nobody to come talking about he have access to resources. Because if he have access to resources and he really cared about the school that he claimed he want to coach at, why not use your access to resources to help the school anyway, instead of trying to dangle them over black people's head and hold them for ransom? If you don't give me a head coaching job, I will not use my access to resources. That's basically what he's doing. And we're okay with that.
I'm going to sit here and say this. You keep on, when you sit there and say how much disrespect our black people going to take, don't you know, if you want to get real deep down into it, our black people have been taking disrespect at these PWIs for many years. I
absolutely agree. I'm a big proponent of don't go to PWIs.
All right then. So I'm just saying, disrespect been going on for a long time.
But our people shouldn't come try to treat us like white people just because they had a skill where they had an ability to make some money. So now they look down on the ones who didn't make millions because they didn't have an ability. It ain't like he was an engineer and he created something. He was just athletic. And he made some money using his athleticism. And I'm not knocking that. But they come back and they look down, then they want people to look up to them. He needs to redeem himself. And I'm just being
other words.
Whoa.
No, hold on, Coach Green. So let me say. So in other words, what Bakari is saying is go in the route of a Mike Minter over at Campbell. Even though that's the PWI, he still was an NFL. You know what I'm saying? He still played in the NFL. He got 13 years in the NFL. Or Eddie George. You know what I'm saying, over at Tennessee State. Eddie George got over there at Tennessee State. He took the time to go and learn, and about Tennessee State. Learn about the the ups and downs of the school. Learn about why they're not getting all the financial backing from the state. And he has been, in a sense, he's been championing, okay, we need to get to the root of the whole problem. State, you ain't giving us no money. You know what I'm saying? Point blank. You're not giving us no money. You've been undercutting us for decades. it's time for you to give us our money. He has gone in there and said, okay, I'm a humble. Like, I'm not coming in as Eddie George, the NFL vet, the running back that ran for over 10,000 yards in his career, the one that's now he's a semifinalist for the Hall of Fame. I'm not coming in as that. I'm coming in as Eddie George, the
but I
person
want to
that I got called.
Hey, Doc, let me say one thing right quick. Because you guys started right at Jackson State. I ain't going to even go to another school. Mo Williams, 14-year NBA vet, the basketball coach, NBA champion, an NBA All-Star. I want to say he won a Six Man of the Year one time. I could be wrong. But anyway.
He didn't do it.
Oh, he didn't win Six Man? But anyway, how did he get into coaching? Did he come and say, I have access to resources, I'm going to dangle them over your head? No.
No. See, you kind of misconstrued. You kind of misconstrued everything, though.
Wait. He was an assistant at a small college. He became an assistant at a college out in California. That's how then he wanted to coach HBCU. He came to Alabama State. Then he came home to where he's from and is the head coach at Jackson State. So what's wrong with these other professional athletes on the same route?
I need you to clear. I'm about to clear up some few things that you because you misconstrued a couple of things. For one, Ed Reed has been a coach, so you can't say he never coached. He has been a position coach in the NFL.
Assistant defensive back coach. You're right. He was the assistant defensive back coach.
It's coaching. It's still coaching.
To the coach, but go ahead. I said you're right. He was assistant to the defensive back coach. You're right. Go ahead.
And so he has coached in the NFL for one. I know one with the Buffalo Bills, and I think he also with the Ravens for a little while. But anyway, at the end of the day, I'll just ask him questions. I ain't saying he should be a coach, but you can't throw him not having no coaching experience over his head because we got Eddie Robinson Jr., we got Eddie George, two people who never coached. They got jobs.
I get what you're saying.
So we can't sit there and say, now you can always go back to how he handled the BCU situation. Understandable. I get that. 100%. But my thing is, when people sit there and, everybody talk about they God, they into religion and all that, they Christian and all that. Why you can't forgive?
I said he have to redeem himself. That's what I said. What I said is the resources that he have access to. And if he truly care, and if this is something that he want to do, instead of trying to hold it over the head and say, make me a coach, you know what? I'm going to redeem myself. I really want to be a Grambling, a Southern, or whoever, and I'm going to just go and use my access to. Matter of fact, I'm going to call. Wait a minute, because every HBCU you need to go back and watch that J.R. Smith interview from a year ago on I Am Athlete.
I watched that one.
I watched it. I'm going
to join J.R. Smith and see what he's doing, so I can be part of that mission, so I can help HBCUs instead, so I can use my resources to help. But instead, through all of his CTE action, the way he went off and everything he did, I'm going to hold them over your head and say, if you don't hire me, you can't get them.
I'm gonna sit here and say something that, because you keep on saying something that's not necessarily true. You keep on saying you're holding it over Grambling's head that you got to hire me for me to get the resource. That's not true. You can't sit there and say it because we don't know if he even doing that. So you can't accuse him of holding something over Grambling's head. At the end of the day, they're going to be up to Grambling what they're going to do, because that's Travian Scott. That's, I ain't gonna say that, but
Travian Scott and Roman Banks are in the same boat.
No. Roman Banks. You can't put Roman Banks in the same boat, because you got to think about where Sutton came from under Roman Banks when he got the job, because we was having accreditation A lot of stuff was messed up in athletics, and he had to build it back up to where we at, as far as money wise, where we able to pay all our coaches. He built that back up now, so you can't take that away from him, because being an AD ain't just about hiring a football coach. It's also about, do you raise money for the school, which he has.
Okay.
Which he has.
Thing to me when they fired Hugh Jackson, and I agree with what you just said about raising money for the football for the athletic program. Some of these schools in great positions, but we don't understand the power that we possess, because there is no way every hotel in Jackson should be giving money to NIL for Jackson State. That's the biggest thing in Jackson. And all these people travel in town, and ain't nobody down there putting that pressure on their neck. This is business. Sometimes you got to understand your power and do to people what they did to you. Just like right now dealing with Ed Reed, we must understand our power. Yeah, Ed Reed, you're a brother, and you can come back home. Sometimes you sound like you had good intentions, but you have to redeem yourself. You have
how long does it take to redeem yourself?
How long does it take?
Yeah.
But just show that you know what? I can't even put but you can show that this is what you really want to do. I'm not gonna say 2-3 years. I'm not gonna say that, but he can really show. I'm gonna tell you what he could have done to show what he really wanted to do. You know what? I really care about Bethune-Cookman, because he claimed he cared about Mary McLeod Bethune when he was
put your money where your mouth is.
He said, "I'm still right here. The reason I'm here is for that woman with that cane. Call me Coach Kane." See, I remember the whole thing, and I was like, so if you cared about Mary McLeod Bethune that much, instead of insulting the school and not being honest about, wow, it just been hit by a hurricane, wow, we're underfunded. Instead of doing all that, but no, once you was fired, you should have said, you know what, I'm gonna, because I used to watch on Instagram, all those players you still connect with. He was like, you know what, I'm gonna still help this school anyway.
I'm gonna say this about, Bethune is probably a bad example to use because of the situation that's going on over there. And we all know the situation that's going on over there. Because one, they don't even have a president right now. And the board and the board and the alumni association are battling in court. So there's a lot of situations that's going on with them. So it's kind of hard to use them as a example because of that situation. That situation completely different. There's a lot going on. So
see, but that's all I'm saying. And then humble yourself and say, you know what? I care. Y'all see I'm caring. I'm willing to take a position coaching job to show y'all that I can work my way up to a head coaching job. And it's okay. That's not a knock on whatever it is he can do. But he do have to redeem himself. He needs to, just like he went on that public rant, instead of going on the Pivot podcast, he should have went on a rant and apologized to Bethune. He should have. And I'm not saying everything he said about Bethune was a lie. But what I can say, the situation need to be handled different, and we got to get to a point where we have to stop trying to publicly embarrass each other, because that's what it did. Because at the end of it, if you go back and watch everything, what he said, I'm sick of this. All HBCUs look just like this.
But you know what? I love that point when you talk about stop embarrass ourselves. Now, just as much as you talk about what he did, we do it to ourselves and each other's schools too now. We got, that's an issue too you want to look at now. These same fan bases from every fan base, not just Southern, not just Jackson, every fan base talk down on each other's schools now.
Well, I'm talking about this, but they don't get to it.
Hey, they do the exact same thing. And they get on social media and say these things about each other's schools. Okay,
so I just said we need to stop trying to publicly embarrass one another. I don't mind little noise talking. I said I'm talking about us as a people.
No. There's a difference between noise talking and when somebody say.
And I'm agreeing with you. You. I'm agreeing we do need to stop because the HBCU is a microcosm of our community. Our black neighborhoods, the HBCU is a microcosm of it. It's the same and it go together. And we need to get to a point where we stop trying to public embarrass one another and uplift one another, and also stop thinking everything that we have is not as good. We give our best. You was just mentioning Dion. We gave our best to Dion. Black folks in Jackson. He left Jackson to go to white people's worst. And you still got people in HBCU circles talking about they support him because he a brother. He might be somebody brother, but you need to understand just because what he did, he ain't necessarily, I'm gonna say it like this. What he did and how he did it, he ain't my brother. He is a brother. Because you can't constantly, and everybody might not come from the same type of circles I come from. You might not be from what I'm from. But the stuff I'm talking is how I live my life. The stuff I'm talking is how I was raised. I done stepped to these folk my whole life. I done seen folk give a life to save HBCUs and try to save the black community. And for us to try to put somebody on a pedestal because he turned down black people giving them their best, their all, to go accept white people's worst. What type of message is that to our young black people that's coming up?
I feel you on that. So this is my question for the panel now. Because Blue put something out.
Let's get to some football because
that's what I'm talking about. Blue put something out that might be interesting. I want to know what y'all think. They say I don't know what job he got, but they say Mickey Joseph supposed to be. Blue put it out there that he supposed to be putting the staff together.
So if Mickey Joseph put the staff together, that means that Mickey Joseph probably got the Texas Southern job.
You think it's Texas Southern?
I think it's TSU. Because he interviewed Granger he interviewed Joseph, he interviewed Brett Maxey. I know he interviewed Jason Todd from the high school ranks in Dallas. Interviewed a couple of people. So, but if Mickey Joseph is putting together a staff, it's for TSU.
Now he also interviewed for Southern job too now.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, it's for the TSU job. Oh, so he interviewed for Southern too. I mean, in a sense, to me, I think he's gonna go with Texas Southern job.
Why you think Texas Southern?
Cause I mean, he not gonna go by just his name because a lot of people didn't know who Mickey Joseph was until he took over Nebraska after they fired Scott Frost, right? So but his brother is a defensive coordinator in the NFL.
And he once was, and he also worked at Grambling at one point as an assistant coach.
Okay, so he has ties to HBCUs.
And he was a head coach at Langston.
Okay, so he has ties to HBCUs. So that's the best. So that's a plus right there. That is a plus. Edwin. They did interview Jason Todd for Texas Southern job. And Jason Todd is a TSU alum, so they interviewed him for their job. But I don't. For a lot of kids, I think my niece is right. I don't think he's going to take it. I wish he would have took it, but he's building.
Jason Todd.
Yeah, Jason Todd is a good ass coach.
Where he at? Where he coach at?
South Oak Cliff High School in Dallas.
Oh,
he's going for 3P. Yeah, he's going for 3P. In the 5th round, right? They play Saturday. But to me, he can get either job. But in my feeling, if he's put, like I said, if he's put together a staff right now, if he put together,
Blue put it out there.
Yeah, if he's putting together a staff right now, I say Texas Southern.
I guess we're gonna find out soon.
What do you think, Kobe?
I'm gonna go Texas Southern too.
Why you feel Texas Southern too? Why you feel the same? Why? Tell me why you feel like that.
I just feel like that's the best option for him.
And why you think he fit Texas Southern?
I can't picture him anywhere else. Like I feel like that's just a good fit for him. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't like I can't look at him and be like I can see him at any other school. Like when it comes to Texas Southern, that's just where I see him at.
Yeah. And also he has the ability to go. He has the ability to go into the high school in the state of Texas and try to get kids, because you don't have the relationship with those high school coaches in Texas. They're not letting you in that door. They're not. They gonna look at you and be like, hey, we can't help you. Because the thing that happened with Jimbo Fisher, he couldn't step a foot. You think he gonna go to Reginald Sample to Duncanville and try to get a player to come to Texas A&M? Nah, he can't step a foot in the door.
And this is my next question.
Because he burnt so many bridges.
Yeah. So this is my next question for y'all.
His last question, because I'm about to end this thing.
Yeah.
I gotta get up in the morning.
But hey, this is a good one though, because we all know how McNair was able to get players to come to Alcorn. Say he get the Texas Southern job.
Who? McNair?
Yeah. Say he was to get that job. How much better his recruiting gonna be?
He got the whole city, but he got the whole city of Houston.
He in Texas.
He in Texas.
Come on, man. It's a lot easier to get people to come there than to come to Alcorn.
Bro, and then Coach Green, you gotta understand. McNair and Houston, Texas is still synonymous with each other. Because Steve McNair used to run Houston. And if you get Fred at Texas Southern, come on now, man.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all this. In the back of my mind, I'm hating because I'm like, I don't want McNair at Texas Southern.
Blue said he's not a candidate at Texas Southern no more. And I knew he was only, but I knew he only went there to kind of force Alcorn's hand.
Yeah. But the hating in me would not want him at Texas Southern, because it will make it hard for us to beat Texas Southern if he was there.
It was hard for y'all to beat Texas Southern the last 2 years. 3 years.
We beat him.
You beat
but
him.
We beat him. But we beat him.
You beat
but
him.
We beat him.
Hold on, Coach Green, before you get up in there. You beat them this season. The last 3 years, 2 out of 3 years, they done got your number. They got your number.
It will make it even. But you know, like I know, you know, like I know, it would have made it even harder for y'all to even beat them too. Because think about it, how close them games with Alcorn been with y'all.
Man, look.
And he get that Texas, and you live in Texas, so you already know what it's like down there when it comes to players.
I know. I know. The best defensive lineman is in Duncanville, and he's going to Texas.
Damn.
The best wide receiver, in my opinion, is at Duncanville. He's a junior, and he committed to LSU.
That's what I'm talking about.
And you know I'm talking about Kobe, the Corey Moore, DK Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, that's speed right there, man. Man, LSU got it. They got a good one. But
They got a good one.
They got a good one. But and then too, like I know I referenced my question a couple weeks ago to Coach Wade for Valley, and you know I referenced it to about Jackson Davis, the tight end, they freshman tight end who came from DeSoto, and I'm like, are you thinking about coming back into the state to get kids to commit to your school? I think every school except for probably the Alabama schools and Florida schools should be going somewhere in Texas. Dallas, Houston, Fort Worth, East Texas, somewhere in Texas to get some kids.
If you ain't in Texas, Louisiana, and Florida, you're doing a disservice to your program.
Oh, Blue, hey, one more question. Blue done hey, Kobe, get yourself on camera.
What Blue said?
Blue asked you, why did South Carolina State not interview Joel Taylor?
Hey, Blue. Hey, Blue. That's over with, all right? That's over with.
I want to know that question too. I ain't gonna lie. I want to know that question too.
My man said West Georgia.
I want to know that question too.
Let's focus on what's here now. We got Barry. All right.
But can you answer that question though? Can you answer that question?
But I don't see the reason. I don't see the reason. Why is that necessary now? We know who the coach is. Don't let Blue come up here and start stuff.
I'm curious, like Blue, like why he didn't even like get an interview.
I'll plead the fifth.
Cause look, I would have asked that question about Tremaine Jackson, but Texas Southern actually interviewed him.
Oh, Tremaine Jackson from Valdosta?
Yeah.
He ain't going nowhere.
They actually interviewed him, but I don't think he made the top list.
That man ain't going nowhere. That man got a juggernaut down there.
I see y'all got 7 to come back.
Oh yeah. I said this, me and Kobe was talking about this earlier. I said I think the reason why 7 coming back is because he had a bad taste in his mouth. He was injured, and he knew if he was going to transfer, he had to sit out. He wanted, I think he wanted to kind of do a clean slate, and he's not a bad kid. And none, I'm not saying
I don't think he really got a chance this year because of the injuries.
Hold on, I'm gonna get G up here.
My boy G.
You know what, bro? When it comes to 7, like even being an Oregon fan, like I don't think he ever found his niche. Like something he know I know he didn't find it at Oregon. That's why he moved him from running back to the receiver. I don't think he ever found his niche. And once he finds that, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think
go ahead, Coach.
I think because of the injuries, we really didn't see him be intimate into the offense like how y'all was using him during preseason. And that was a setback, and y'all never got on the same page with that.
What's up, my guy?
What's going on, my guy?
What's up with Big Mac? You know what I'm saying? He done signed his name on the dotted line for the extension. We need to know what's going on with Big Mac. Because I know you don't force Alcorn's hand like you playing spades.
Hold on. My audio messing up.
You good, bro?
You good?
Well, I got a question.
There you go.
G.
I got it. All right.
I got a question for G.
I had to make some phone calls today and tell them, look, what we doing? Y'all need me. Y'all, at first we were dragging our foot, and I said, well, maybe they wait till I get my crazy check on the first of the month, right? Then the first of the month came, and they ain't asking for no money, so I said, what's the hold up now? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but we got to do something down there. We got to make it shake. But if not, I'm okay either way it go. Because I'm telling you, there's a man waiting in the wings.
I got a scenario for you though.
What up?
And I want to know your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Say y'all, don't resign McNair.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all bring in the guy you always say you think should be the coach, but y'all don't have the same winning that he had. Do you feel like y'all dropped the ball with McNair?
If we don't have the same winning, no. I don't think we dropped the ball because McNair ain't won it since 2019.
But y'all haven't. I don't think y'all had a losing season, right?
McNair hasn't won in this transfer portal era. McNair philosophy may not work anymore. McNair philosophy is to take high school kids, develop them up, and win. You know what I'm saying? Now the high school kids are hitting the portal quick. His philosophy may not work anymore. That's what I keep telling you. I love Big Mac to death. I'm not saying we should get rid of Mac. I would never say nothing stupid like that. That ain't what I'm saying.
I know you would.
But his philosophy may not. It's not just a guarantee that his philosophy still works. Cedric Thomas has been our saving grace. Listen to me when I tell y'all. Cedric Thomas, our defensive coordinator, has been our saving grace.
And we talking about the same Cedric Thomas who was the head coach over at Pine Bluff.
The same Cedric Thomas who was at UAPB and brought them back, right?
Mm-hmm.
He also brought back Mississippi Delta as a JUCO that has never won. He took over as head coach at Mississippi Delta and brought their program back.
They was horrible. They was horrible.
I love Cedric Thomas. This is me. I wouldn't get rid of Mac, but Cedric Thomas is like somebody asked me yesterday, who won't come to Alcorn? Did you? I don't think people understand the applicants we got the last time we had an opening. We've had some names. Mickey Joseph comes from Alcorn. Willie Simmons comes from Alcorn. On our championship staff, we had a staff with 7 guys that turned into head coaches. 7 on one staff. Mm-hmm. Doc Gamble, Mickey Joseph, Willie Simmons, Coach T, Fred McNair, Jay Hobson. That was all on one staff at Alcorn State. So,
that's crazy how that staff was like that at one point.
It was crazy.
That was an all-star staff right there for real. And you really when Willie was on the staff there, you really didn't even know who Willie was.
Yeah.
You didn't know who he was until he got the PV.
So G, tell me this though. Them two already said they say Texas Southern. You already know Blue put it out there. Who you think Mickey Jones is going with if he's starting to hire a staff?
I'll say Southern.
And why you say Southern?
If he already starting to hire staff, I'll say Southern because I know for a fact there's still dialogue between Texas Southern and Fred McNair. This ain't nothing I heard. Now I don't know how much of a dialogue, but I know there's dialogue. So unless somebody lying somewhere, there's been some dialogue.
How much McNair looking for?
Huh? Go ahead.
How much McNair looking for?
It was McNair was really it was the years more than anything. McNair got 3 years before he can pull his retirement out of Mississippi. So he wanted at least 3 years. It wasn't really the money. We offered him a contract, and he kind of was like, he was good with the contract, but then Texas Southern started calling, and he was like, "Hold on, y'all, wait." So
he had to go to Houston. He had to go to the third. Grab him.
And what I was told, he didn't interview or anything. They just called and kind of told him what they could offer him, and it's a number. I got a number that we can't pay, and we will not. We're not gonna pay it. Nope. And if we do pay it,
y'all think Texas Southern ain't got no money?
Shit.
Them dudes got some money over there.
They got some money.
They got some money. You might think it's in the hood. You might think it's in third ward.
Oh yeah, they got money.
They got money. Man,
they definitely got money.
And Fred went over to the third ward. He had to go across the way to get him some French's chicken, eat that, talk to Granger and stuff like that. Tell me what you get for me, man. Tell me what you get for me. But I say Mickey Jones could probably go to Texas Southern. But even if Fred even think about going to Texas Southern, just the McNair name still ring bells in Houston. It's like I said, his brother was like when Steve got drafted when they were still the Oilers in Houston, and he became the starter. the man ran Houston. he was Houston.
I say this: if the right person get hired at Texas Southern, watch out.
I don't know. People been saying I gotta see it to believe it.
Yeah, hey, when Coles was the coach, think about it. When Johnny Coles was the coach there,
I'll tell you this. I'm gonna give my blunt opinion. I don't think Fred McNair will succeed in Houston. I just don't think he'll succeed.
Why you don't think?
Because I go back to that formula.
His philosophy. It's the same thing. Yeah, hey Kobe, it's the same thing with Coach Pugh. His philosophy. Get the kids from the high school. Yeah, get the kids from the high school. Not too much on the portal.
If you look back on all our championship teams, we've never won with like a transfer heavy team. Never. We've never won with a transfer heavy team. We had 4 different quarterbacks win track championships. None of them were transfers. The transfer we haven't been able to hit with it.
I think y'all hit with it this season though.
Y'all hit with Allen.
Allen was Allen hit, you know.
Y'all hit with Allen. And y'all hit with Monterio too.
The kid before Felix wasn't a transfer? No.
We never had a transfer quarterback.
Y'all never had roster together at one point. So what was the issue with the quarterback other than Allen? What's the issue with the other quarterbacks that's on the roster?
I like them all. I think I like the quarterbacks on the roster. To be honest with you, I don't think the quarterback is the personally the issue. I think it's more of the offensive lineman. I think the offensive line is the issue. You know, we're trying to rush these offensive linemen out the portal in there and be busting every year on them.
Then y'all get ready, your offensive coordinator?
Yep.
Oh, you was gone.
I heard Dooley coming there to be y'all OC.
Yeah, and I'm telling you now, I'm turning in my keys. I'm going to give me a Jackson State shirt.
Hold up. You won't want? Hey, nah. Hey, hold up now.
Yeah.
Think about it. All right. I'm going
to the portal, Coach Green.
No, listen. As a head coach, it probably didn't work. But as an OC, that's when he was at his best.
No, if you go back and watch, I played against him in the SWAC championship games. Go back and look at that 2016. 2016 SWAC championship game. He just had Kincaid. He was never this offensive guru. I don't know where they come from.
No. He just had look. One thing I'm gonna say, it don't matter what you call, the players make you look good.
Yeah, I agree.
The players make you look good. So it's never really about what you call. It's about the play, what type of athletes you got at them skill positions.
I agree and I disagree because if you can look at Aaron Allen last year. Aaron Allen in the offense, RPO offense last year didn't look too good.
It looked terrible.
This year we changed offenses mid-year and he took off because he was able to spread the ball around, spread offense, and it looked better.
It kind of like,
but it's still.
It's kind of like what even if that with Jackson. My bad. It's kind of like what we said with Jackson when Jason Brown was our quarterback and you seen the offense look. It was a hit and miss. It looked stale one game. It looked explosive the next game. And then when TC made the decision, he had to change the QB.
But you got to be honest, G. Allen had his time even with the RPO last year. He had his moments, but he also been hurt a lot last year. So ain't no telling how it would have been if he wasn't hurt.
No, he ain't really have. He got hurt toward the end. He had the season-ending injury, but he had some bad moments before that season in the injuries last year. But I don't think it was on him. We were just putting him in positions that just wasn't him. They just was, which is why I think our OC is looking for a job right now. But we put him in some bad positions last year. Bad positions.
Y'all need to. Hey, y'all can always hire Harry Williams.
Nah, not him either. I like our co-offensive coordinator, Jason Phillips. That's what took over calling the second half of the year. You see,
why would you want to hire somebody who offense can't even generate over?
Whoa! You can't put that on him now. You can't put that on him.
Who can I put it on? You can't.
He ain't the one that decide. You also got to remember, he ain't the one that say, "Oh, we got to play D. Davis."
That's true.
I mean, but
Come on now. If any one of y'all was OCs and your head coach say, "No, I want D Davis to be the quarterback,"
I turn to my
and we know he
clipboard.
can't throw.
I turn to my clipboard. Turn to my clipboard and my whistle. Indeed.
But
hey,
you got a family to feed. You ain't gonna just quit. You got a family to feed. Am I lying, G? You might be in the office cursing up a storm, but you'll be like, damn, I gotta figure out how to get something going.
Well, it is what it is. They knew they put Stewart in that he could spin. That's what I say. But man, I gotta end this thing because I gotta get up early in the morning. But I want to talk about. I know. So, look, I seen it on Twitter. The kids over at Virginia Lynchburg, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm in fact, I know once I finish this, before I go to sleep, I'm gonna start doing more research as far as what was going on, the way I can present a show for tomorrow. And I still want all y'all. I know you got FBS Fridays tomorrow. It's bowl season, man. Shoot.
Yeah. But I'll tell you this though. I'll tell you this. When it comes to unaffiliated schools that not affiliated with NAIA or NCAA, you are taking a chance.
Yeah. But yeah, I wanna do my homework and we can talk more about this tomorrow. Because I wanna get deep dive into this. And I want to know everybody's opinion about what's going on. I gotta go and watch that show from earlier. I just got text messages about what was going on, and I feel for those kids right there. They had to go through that. Also,
when I saw that play the food,
bro, that's what I'm saying.
When I saw that play the food, I knew it wasn't right over there.
It's worse. I think that's worse than what Grambling went through when they had the muscle milk in the muscle milk in the cereal and stuff right there. In the mold, some people say they still ain't got over that, but they moved along. They moved on from that. Also, St. Augustine University losing their accreditation, man.
Yeah, I saw that.
Or they lost it, or they gonna lose, or they talking about they're gonna lose.
No, they lost it. They denied that thing, and they fired the president too. So
they probably if they fire the president, they probably got a chance to get it back then.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, from what I heard, they're gonna do an appeal on it.
Mm-hmm. But they might get most likely because I know how this situation go. They most likely might by them firing their president, they might get put on probation. They might put them on a little probational period.
No, Dr. D said they was already on probation for a year.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
So yeah, that's it. We can't keep losing our institutions like that, y'all. I know Mr. Ford, we talked about that. We can't keep losing it, man.
Just got Morris Brown back. God damn.
That is true. We did get NBC back, so that's a good thing right there. We got Morris Brown, so the AUC is complete again. But other than that, if y'all down to talk about that tomorrow, I'll be back on here tomorrow night at 8:30. And Kobe, if we still on there, man, you can jump on whenever you finish up. Hate to hear about your Oregon Ducks against, man.
Well, we got two blue Thursday,
Liberty, bro. It's Liberty.
Y'all but
it's Liberty, man.
I'm talking about Liberty, in the Pac-12 championship game when y'all played Washington, man.
Man, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that.
Hey, man, true. I had all the time right before I left to leave to come back home from Tallahassee. Shoot, they had all the Tallahassee pissed off because Florida State didn't even get into the whole thing.
Yeah, it was hot.
They was pissed.
Yeah.
Oh, we gonna talk about that tomorrow too, but shit, they shouldn't have been there, in my opinion.
I'm gonna be down in Jackson tomorrow, so we play Tougaloo Thursday, so we gonna be down there tomorrow. Cause I'm in Shreveport right now, so we leaving in the morning, head down to Jackson, get ready to play Tougaloo for Thursday.
All right. All right. What you got? G?
Nothing much, bro. I'm getting ready for basketball season. Probably start diving into that next week. That's about it, dog. I think it'll be a fun basketball season, bro.
Oh man, it's gonna be so. It's already interesting. Just be.
Hey,
Limited by 20.
Man, get Blue up here, bro. Put Blue in timeout, bro. Put Blue in timeout.
Nah, man.
Hey, Blue rarely wrong now.
I ain't even looked at the bowl. I haven't looked at the bowl matchups yet, man. That just show you how much I was on that sideline, man. It just y'all know what? I see how y'all feel when y'all on the sideline, and I'm like, shit, I'm on the sideline, like for real. Like I was in that thing. My mom was in, my mom was in the stand and everything, and she's like, man, there go my son. She's like, oh, my big baby down there doing his job.
I get carried away sometime down there.
I say you get carried away, shoot.
I saw plenty of videos when you got carried away.
Yeah, they after the touchdown, they look for me because we finna celebrate down here.
I done seen too many videos.
We call it club sideline.
Like, man, I'm
Can't
like,
take G nowhere, man.
Yeah, we call it club sideline. One game, the referee was like, "Hey, boy, shut up, get back." I'm about to get off the flag. I said, let me get back.
Nah, man, but it was there, man. I was like, man, like, and then I said, like, 80 sites. I ain't never met nobody that is super hype about her, about the team and everything. Like, she was on one. Like, she on the sideline. Y'all need to go. Y'all need to get up. Like, man, she was into the game, and you need somebody that's like that to run your athletic department and stuff. And then she could do the fundraising, and meeting John Grant, head man for the Celebration Bowl. That was a good thing right there. So Dr. McClellan and Andrew Roberts and the whole 9 yards. Charles Bishop. I was gonna be in the press box. And I said, man, Dr. Cavill was like, man, you gotta get in where you fit in, bro. So, and it was all jacked. It wasn't jacked up, but everybody was bunched up in. I was like, nope, yeah, just gonna send me down on the send me on the field. Send me on the field, y'all.
So you gonna be at the Celebration Bowl?
Nah, I gotta work, man.
What about you, G?
I got my credentials. I think I'm gonna slide down.
What about you, Cole?
You going?
Nah, I ain't going, bro. I ain't going. I can't stand y'all in it, man. I can't stand it.
Oh yeah, I gotta get. We didn't even talk about the Florida Beach Bowl. That's next Wednesday. Shoot, that's a Fort Valley versus Johnson C. Smith. So I
got Johnson C. Smith. I'm just gonna put it out there. I got Johnson C. Smith.
I'll do that. I'll do that preview Monday. I'm off Monday, so it's cool.
Well, if I miss it, I got Johnson C. Smith 21-14.
Okay. Let's see. Ain't got too much going on. Mavericks putting up 50 burgers on everybody. Cowboys about to beat the brakes off the Eagles here on Sunday.
Okay. All right. Good night. Good night.
Y'all know I'm a Cowboys fan, cuz. You know I'm a Cowboy.
You know what? It's time to go, y'all. It's time to go. It's time to go. If you talking about the Cowgirls, it's time to go.
Hey, Coach. What y'all ain't doing down there?
Huh?
Hey, bro, watch your mouth, dog. Watch your mouth.
Y'all ain't got nothing. Y'all might well go ahead and get the paper bag.
No, we've been losing close games. So watch. Hey, chill out. We've been losing close games. We lost a lot of close games. We had them games. And we still in contention, and we still got a chance to win the division.
Terrible division. Who your team, Kobe?
Tennessee.
Oh,
that ain't the point. That ain't the point. All right, that ain't the point. Because we all know when playoff time comes, we know what y'all do. Doc. All right. So
Hey,
we
know y'all
G, please tell me you're a Saints fan, G.
No,
No,
I'm still.
How
I'm
you
a
stay
Steelers
in
fan.
Baton Rouge and you ain't a Saints fan, man?
I don't like LSU. I don't like Southern. I don't like the Saints. I don't like the Pelicans.
You don't like nobody.
Dude, how you stay in the boot and don't like the Saints, bro?
He a Steelers fan, he a Lakers fan, and he a Braves.
You a Steelers fan?
Steelers.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Yep.
the Pelicans.
I don't like none of them.
How you stay BR and never been a Saints fan?
Never. Nope.
Wow.
And I got season tickets. I got Saints season tickets. I might go to one game a year to laugh at them.
So that means you probably was a fan that year we won the Super Bowl.
Nah, definitely.
Nah.
Definitely was
that man is a still he true to his core. Steelers fan. Look,
Well, them curtains haven't been still in a while.
Hey, you got Kobe, you got a quarterback that put mayonnaise in his coffee, bro.
Hey, listen,
there's nothing you can talk about. Hey, look, my squad, we got pretty much the best cornerback right now in the league.
I'm gonna tell you like I told my homeboy. I'm gonna tell you something like I told my homeboy. The Cowboys will never win a Super Bowl as long as Jerry Jones is the owner.
Say it again.
As long as Jerry Jones is the owner, the Cowboys will never win.
I was there like this for you too, Coach Green. My man Jerry he don't put Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor now. He gonna put him in the Ring of Honor. So I know there is hope for my Cowboys that we gonna win the Super Bowl. Jerry ain't got to do nothing. But
as long as Jerry Jones is the GM, as long as he's a GM, the offensive coordinator, and the defensive coordinator.
He ain't now, Coach. I'm gonna tell you like this with Jerry. The last couple of years, the man has not been. He ain't been like that, like what you see when he be on the sidelines and stuff. Nah, he been chilling up in the box in the suite. It's Steven running the show.
Man, look. As long as he's the owner.
As long as he's the owner, all he got to do is write a damn check. That's all I got to say. He write a check.
He don't just write the check. He's the GM too. He's the owner and the GM.
But I'm telling you, this is what I'm telling you. The GM part, he giving it to his son. He gave it to his son. All the other drafts, the last 4 or 5 drafts.
I guarantee you.
I'm telling you.
I guarantee
the last 4 or 5 drafts we done had, Coach Green, it's been Steven running the draft. It ain't been Jerry. All Jerry doing is when we get the pick, Jerry gonna call him and say, "Hey, you gonna be a Cowboy?"
I'm gonna have to see it to believe it.
All you got,
I'm gonna have to see it to believe it.
Coach, don't hype him up. Don't hype him up. You know how them Cowboys fans is, man. You can't.
Hey, I am a logical Cowboys fan. I am not the one.
It ain't many of y'all.
I'm not the one.
So you ain't one of them Cowboy fans that go hiding when y'all lose.
Hell no, I'm riding with my team. Shit. I've been a Cowboy fan since I was born. Since I was my mom born. So
one thing about a lot of Cowboy fans, they go hiding when they lose.
Nah, ain't no hiding over here, man. You gonna see
like,
me.
Hey G, hey Corbin, hey G, don't Twitter be like mighty quiet from Cowboy fans every time they lose.
Come on, man, they got to use every time they lose.
But when they win, they all over Twitter.
They won.
When they lose, you can't even find them.
You know that.
That's how I know.
You're like, damn, where all them Cowboy fans that were just talking yesterday?
It's our season. But look, I am gonna look forward to we play the Eagles Sunday night. I don't give a damn. It's at home.
Oh, that's an L. That's an L.
Bro, no, that's not an L.
It's
not an L. We always the last 3 years we have flip-flop between home games. Whenever we go to Philly, they always find some way to beat us at their house. When they come to Dallas, we beat the brakes off their ass.
L.
It's not an L. Y'all said that last year. It ain't an L. I'm just letting you know. But anyway, man,
Where
I
is that?
appreciate y'all. We in Dallas.
Y'all in Dallas? Oh, y'all might have a chance.
A chance, man. Get up out of here, Coach Green. You get up out of here. Get up out of here. You need to get in the NFL transfer portal just because you a Saints fan.
No. After them 2 years they cheated us. I don't need to go nowhere. They cheated us out of championship. They ain't want us to win 2 more. They made sure we ain't win 2 more.
I was at that game against the Rams.
So you saw that pass interference play.
I really didn't see it because I was intoxicated. But
I gotta go. We gotta go, y'all, man. Hey, man, y'all make sure y'all tune in to everybody. We gonna be back tomorrow night at 8:30, y'all, man. Hey, I appreciate y'all coming up here, man.
All right, bro.
For sure.
All right, bro.
All right, fellas.
All right.
It's basketball season.
Lord Jesus. Man, look, I gotta go. I'm gonna roll up in here, get up on out this thing, and get ready for bed. But hey, make sure y'all tune in tomorrow night. We'll be back on here at 8:30 tomorrow night. Make sure y'all tell a friend. Make sure y'all donate. Until we meet again. This has been HBCU Tonight. In conjunction with HBCU Overdrive, powered by WeWorkForEverything.org. Y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe. Hug your loved ones. As always, peace.